From the hangar in Lancaster, California, I'm Jacobo.
And I'm Joseph.
On this episode of L28 News, the team hops over to the Lancaster's annual Easter celebration at Sergeant Steve Owen Memorial Park, along with in-studio interview with the president of Adopt a At-Risk Veteran, John Meyer, and coverage of the city's Measure A-funded youth and veteran job training program.
Followed by a highlight of the city's Ring Camera giveaway event, which donated hundreds of security cameras to local residents, and the return of the Outdoors Farmers Market on Lancaster Boulevard. Afterwards, Desert Christian's basketball coach makes a stop by our studio to share his motivational story and a recap of the Eastside Lions versus Littlerock Lobos girls varsity softball match.
Lancaster's 2024 Bunny Hop marked the festive kickoff to a year brimming with excitement. Despite the untimely weather that showered the Antelope Valley with rain, residents and visitors alike were undeterred and made their way to Sergeant Steve Owen Memorial Park to join in on the fun. This annual tradition not only symbolized the spirit of Easter, but also served as a precursor to a calendar packed with thrilling events and cherished celebrations. Let's head now to Sergeant Steve Owen Memorial Park for the full story. Here's L28 correspondent Angel Stephenson with more.
Hello everyone, it's Angel from L28 News. Despite the rain, despite the showers, that didn't stop community members from hopping over to the Stanley Kleiner Activity Center here at Owen Memorial Park for the 2024 Bunny Hop. Let's hop inside ourselves, talk to some guests, and see what all the fun is about. Easter in the city of Lancaster meant two things: a citywide Easter egg hunt leading up to the annual celebration, which placed eggs in various locations throughout the city, with those who hunted for the eggs being entered into a giveaway to win a special prize. And the return of the Bunny Hop, Lancaster's annual Easter celebration. Despite the unsavory weather conditions, the community came together in the Stanley Kleiner Activity Center to take part in the festivities. The center was divided into two areas, the first being a winding path that invited guests to gather eggs and sweets to add to their baskets, along with photo ops with Lancaster's Andy the Antelope and Princess Poppy. Adopt an At-Risk Veteran could also be seen taking part in the festivities with their own raffle and prizes to give to guests. Once attendees made their way to the second room, they were met with a magic show that kept the audience captivated, and afterwards, the highlight of the event, memories to make with the Easter Bunny. Guests of all ages lined up for the chance to permanently capture the magic and commemorate the day with their loved ones.
Just love seeing the community come together. Even though it's raining, they moved it in here, and still seeing people that are out here to celebrate. I think it's awesome.
Outside of the center was just as lively, with food trucks lined up offering great eats to attendees. First 5 California also brought a new spin to the celebration, with a truck that allowed guests of all ages to play a stress-reducing minigame throughout their morning. But the Bunny Hop couldn't have been possible without the help of dozens of volunteers. L28 would like to take the time and thank the following sponsors: High Desert Broadcasting, Toyota of Lancaster, Honda of Lancaster, Hunter Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, Diamond Ford, the Antelope Valley Transit Authority, Learn for Life, First 5, and T-Mobile.
Just another fun, family-friendly event put on free by the city. We're so excited to have participated. Happy Easter, and God bless you all.
Well, thank you to the Parks Department, the City of Lancaster, and our community members for coming out to the 2024 Bunny Hop. It's been a pleasure being here. This is Angel from L28 News, sending it back to you in the studio.
If you'd like to stay up to date with the City of Lancaster's returning weekly events and annual celebrations, be sure to give them a follow on their Instagram by scanning the QR code shown on screen.
You know what, Akobo? Shout outs to the Parks Department for yet again another classic Bunny Hop. It started off with the indoor activity at the Stanley Klein Activity Center, where you kind of snake through the Bunny Hop, collecting the eggs. Lots of families, lots of kids were there. A magician show, and then a photo opportunity with the bunny itself.
I mean, shout out to the city for putting on the event, but also shout out to all the local families who actually attended the event. You know, the rain didn't deter them, and they got to enjoy Easter with their friends and family.
Don't go anywhere. When we return from the break, we'll be taking a look at an in-studio interview with John Meyer, the founder and president of the fundraising charity AARV, to learn more about its mission and impact. Afterwards, we'll be heading over to Owen Memorial Park for coverage of the innovative youth and veteran job training program.
Welcome back to L28 News. Next, our team focuses on programs in the city aimed at enhancing the quality of life for residents and veterans. President and founder of Adopt a At-Risk Veteran, John Meyer, shares their mission and outreach initiatives with L28 viewers. Afterwards, L28 covers the Measure A-funded youth and veterans job training program, which provides hands-on instruction training and job placement support to trainees. The city of Lancaster is home to an array of organizations dedicated to serving underserved communities and boasts a multitude of support networks. The AYC empowers at-risk youth through their education and enrichment services, while the Los Angeles Project provides vocational training, funneling talent into aerospace giants like Northrop Grumman and Lockheed Martin. Adding to this commendable list is Adopt an At-Risk Veteran, a vital resource for retired soldiers seeking assistance. AARV stands as a beacon of support for veterans navigating life after service. Founded with the mission of aiding at-risk veterans in the community, the organization has swiftly become a pillar in the region. John Meyer, a Vietnam vet and the founder and president of the AARV, came by the L28 studio to give viewers an overview of the nonprofit. Meyer goes in depth as he sheds light on where the inspiration for creating AARV came from, as well as why he feels there is a need for resources like this nonprofit here in the city. He also highlights some of the positive impacts that Adopt an At-Risk Veteran has had on the lives of residents since its inception, and how community members can donate to support this cause.
Hello everyone, it's Angel from L28 News, and joined with me is John Meyer, Vietnam veteran, founder and president of Adopt an At-Risk Veteran. John, thank you so much for coming to our studio. It's so nice of you to be here.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Anything to promote my organization is something that's worthwhile doing.
Heck yeah. So for community members who may be unaware of what the AARV is, could you provide an overview and sort of what is the mission of the organization?
Well, it's a situation where I came to the Antelope Valley to help my brother who was dying. And I spent 2 years here, and I ran into a gentleman by the name of Steve Baker. Steve Baker was, at that time, the CEO and director of Grace Resources. And it happened to him that he had to close his overnight shelter for veterans. And that kind of bothered me a little bit because I know there were a lot of veterans that are homeless out there. I decided to visit with Steve and find out what I could do for the community to help. And at the time, I had plenty of time on my hands, and I had a lot of experience in business and dealing with people. So after talking to him for half an hour, I left. I went home, and I got on the computer, and I found out what it would take to make a nonprofit. So that's exactly what I did for the last part of 2017. I was busy doing logos, doing information about printing material, other items that were needed for the organization. Of course, the state of California, and that took about 5 months. And in 2018, January 1, 2018, we officially became Adopt an At-Risk Veteran.
Why do you feel it's important to have resources like these for the retired soldiers in our community?
Well, one of the biggest problems in the community right now is there just are too many veterans that are homeless. They're living in the desert, camping out. They don't trust authority, so they want to get away from it, and so they're basically hiding out in the desert. They still need servicing, jobs, need to eat, and so I saw a niche or a way that I could help with them, and that is to raise funds to help Steve Baker feed them. And so that's what I started doing, is just raising money and donating what I could to him to help out. And then things went just a little further. Once I started with that, I found out some of the other needs they had. And so I looked for volunteers, and I found several veterans that wanted to be involved. And God bless them, they're wonderful volunteers. They're still with me, and we do some wonderful things in the Valley now because of that.
So for viewers who want to contact the AARV and want to support your cause, what are some ways they can do that?
Well, we have a website, of course, and that website is real simple to find, Adopt an At-Risk Veteran. So it's Adopta. And the email is adoptaatriskveteran@mail.com. And so if you're interested, folks, in being part of what we're doing, we'd love to have you. We look for anybody that wants to donate. We look for anybody that wants to participate and be a volunteer. And I guarantee you, you'll never forget working with Adopt an At-Risk Veteran.
Thank you again, John, for not only establishing the AARV, but also networking and getting a bunch of different entities together to support you, your cause, at-risk veterans, and the community as a whole. Your work doesn't go unrecognized.
Well, let me tell you something. We can't do this without volunteers. We can't do this without sponsors. So you folks that are watching this, get off the couch, come on out, and support us and work with us and get some joy in your life. Really, that's what it's about.
Yeah, well, thank you again, John, not only for taking the time to come to the studio to do this interview, but also for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you to our viewers at home for watching as well. We shall smile and wait.
It's not just veterans that AARV provides support to, but also their families and loved ones. Meyer explained that after doing research, he found that the children of retired soldiers were just as affected and set out to do something about it. This is how he became partners with Path Books, whose books take readers on a journey unique to them, as decisions made throughout the book decide the overall story. As Lancaster continues to foster a community-driven ethos of support, AARV stands tall as a testament to the unwavering commitment its president and its volunteers have to enriching the lives of veterans. If you'd like to lend a hand to support John Meyer and the AARV, feel free to scan the QR code shown on screen.
In a significant push towards improving local communities and opening up new avenues for youth and veterans in Lancaster, an extraordinary program is reshaping the landscape of employment and community service in our city. The Youth and Veteran Job Training and Placement Program, a visionary initiative backed by the Los Angeles County Regional Park and Open Space District and fueled by the overwhelmingly approved Measure A funding, is at the forefront of creating new pathways for our young adults and veterans. With a dedication of $10.9 million towards education, skills training, certification, and job placement in the realm of parks and recreation, this program is not just about equipping youth and veterans with the skills they need for a prosperous career. It's about enriching our community, preserving our green spaces, and building a sustainable future for Lancaster. Our L28 News team took a visit to Owen Memorial Park to look firsthand at how these ambitions are being turned into reality, with Public Works employees leading the charge, offering hands-on training in park maintenance and much more. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into this transformative program, highlighting the stories of those whose lives are being changed and the bright future they are helping to build for Lancaster. From Owen Memorial Park, here's Angel Stephenson with more. Take it away, Angel.
The City of Lancaster has a wealth of resources and programs geared towards beautifying the city and enriching the lives of its residents. Amongst these programs is the Youth and Veteran Workforce Training Program, which provides hands-on experience as participants tackle various projects around the park. Let's head to Sergeant Steve Owen Memorial Park to hear from lead maintenance worker Nicole Floto, who shares a brief overview of the program with viewers, the impact it's had on participants, the importance of programs like these in the community, and more, right here on L28 News. For viewers who are curious, could you tell us a little bit more about the Youth and Veteran Job Placement Program here in the city?
Yes, so this program is funded through Measure A. We started with the participants back in early February, and we are going to be with them until mid-April. And then we have a whole new set of participants coming in, so it's kind of a rolling training program.
L28 spoke with several participants in order to gain further insight on the program from their point of view.
Well, my brother, he told me about this program through the Job Center of America. I've never had a job before, so this is my first job. And he saw that I wasn't working. I was straight out of college. I really needed it, right? So he says, hey, I've got a job for you. They need you to work at the park, right? So I go in, I'm thinking I got to do a resume. I got to do all this. I got to have all this training. They sent me straight on my way. I'm there for like a few weeks in an office doing all my training. I have all this training for, safety and all that, as well as CPR training.
It creates job opportunities for people who have just been having trouble looking for jobs, or there's a lot of opportunities, really. Yeah, shoot. I remember before this, I was just chilling at home like cats.
Really what we do is day-to-day activities in the park. So restrooms, trash, we have them cleaning pine needles and raking. And then we also have them on some cool stuff like irrigation main lines.
Keeping the curb lines clean, cleaning the restrooms, changing out broken sprinklers, just looking around, seeing what the park needs,
We've been doing some lawn repairs and working on the baseball fields. That's one thing. We don't just work on this park, we work on a lot of other parks. One recent one was we've been We fixed one of the baseball fields. It's really hard.
We've been covering like irrigation, how to do like checks on sprinklers, how to like fix like valves that are broken. It's been like a very informative last couple of months.
It's day-to-day activities. They help us perfect the park. This park has never looked better. And then we also have them on some cool stuff like irrigation main lines and valves. We actually show them how to switch from the recycled water to the potable water system, which is something unique to this park. We have them using the boom lift truck, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty unique to any program I've seen before.
So Brian, what have you learned so far being here in this program?
I learned a lot with working with other people and learning how to be an adult. And, this is my first job. So I've had to make compromise and, step up and take initiative. I've got to get up every morning at 5 a.m. and take the bus back and forth. I've learned how to manage my money.
A lot of participants and even my staff grew up in this community. And so being able to kind of give back and work on the parks that we grew up playing at is definitely something unique to not only this program, but a lot of my staff. It's really nice to see the ownership and, and pride in what we do.
Just thank you for the opportunity, This is very different from what I experienced. And I appreciate it.
A shout out to the participants for sure. This park has never looked better. It's never looked cleaner. Shout out to all of my staff, full-time and part-time. They've been a huge help. This program would not be happening without them. Shout out to Ramon Gallo. He's been super important in this process from the beginning. Angela Claiborne, she's been really, really important in all the funding and everything. And Sonia for even entertaining the idea of this project is fantastic. Thanks to council and the mayor, it's been a huge support from the top down, and we feel it.
So glad you can join us today. Up next, we'll highlight the Lancaster Police Department's Ring Camera Giveaway event, which donated almost 1,000 security cameras to members of the community, followed by a coverage of the Boulevard Farmers Market that will be making its return during the month of April and run through the end of October.
Thank you for tuning in to L28 News. Next, the team recaps the Ring Camera Giveaway hosted by the Lancaster Police Department, followed by a visit to the Lancaster Boulevard for the return of its seasonal farmers market. In an inspiring display of commitment to enhancing community safety through technology, the City of Lancaster celebrated the successful rollout of a Ring Camera Giveaway on Thursday, March 14th at the Cedar Center for Arts. The event marked a pivotal moment in the city's Digital Shield initiative, distributing 800 Ring cameras to residents and laying a foundational stone in Lancaster's vision of a safer future. The initiative, which saw an overwhelming response from the community, was set into motion with a citywide mailer informing residents about Lancaster's latest strides in public safety programs. Those eligible for the giveaway gathered at the event, eager to contribute to the city's security by integrating this technology into their homes. Mayor R.X. Paris lauded at the event's success, stating, "In our pursuit of a safer Lancaster, every step forward is a testament to our community's dedication. The success of our recent Ring Camera giveaway echoes our commitment to leveraging technology for the betterment of all. Together, we're not just building a dome of protection, but a fortress of unity and security." This giveaway event is a small part of the city's recent Digital Shield initiative aimed at utilizing innovative technology to create a dome of protection over Lancaster. By providing households with Ring cameras, Lancaster provides a resource to empowering citizens, fostering a safer community for everyone. With more than 800 applications received, the giveaway has proven the community's readiness to adopt technology and forward-thinking measures. For residents who couldn't make it to the giveaway, the city encourages continuous engagement through its official website and social media channels, promising more opportunities to partake in the Digital Shield Initiative's future endeavors. To learn more about the Digital Shield Initiative and other safety measures, visit cityoflancasterca.gov/Digital Shield or scan the QR code shown on screen.
As springtime blossoms across Lancaster, so does the return of a beloved weekly tradition, the Boulevard Farmers Market. Operating every Thursday from April to October, the Farmers Market on Lancaster Boulevard is a bustling hub of activity, offering residents a diverse array of locally sourced goods from vendors across the Antelope Valley. From unique food options to freshly picked produce, thrifted items, live entertainment, and handmade arts and crafts, The market promises something for everyone. Since its establishment in 2011, the Boulevard Farmers Market has fostered a strong sense of community here in the city, enriching the local experience and promoting farm-fresh pantry items. When speaking about the impact of the Boulevard Farmers Market, Mayor R.X. Paris stated, "The farmers market is important in so many ways, from encouraging healthy eating to supporting our local farmers. Most importantly, it promotes community synergy by encouraging gathering and interaction among people, providing us with an opportunity to get to know our neighbors and see what our local community offers. Beyond the abundance of goods and produce, the market wouldn't be complete without its lively soundtrack of live music. Held in conjunction with the market on Thursday evenings, the Summer Concert Series offers an eclectic mix of musical genres, from Latin groups to 80s and 90s cover bands and performers of various rock and roll styles. The diverse musical acts take center stage at the Don Sal Cocina and Cantina patio across from the Lancaster Museum of Art and History. Attendees are encouraged to bring their own lawn chairs to make the most of an evening filled with music and shopping. For more information on the Boulevard Farmers Market and the 2024 Summer Concert Series lineup, visit the city's website at cityoflancasterca.gov or contact the Parks Department at 661-723-6077. And to keep up with all the latest events happening in and around the city, be sure to stay tuned to L28 News.
I don't know about you, Joe, but I'm really excited for the farmers markets to come back. Springtime is here. The warm weather is coming back. Let's go.
Let's go, absolutely. When it comes to the farmers market, like you said, live music, it has your vendors of choice. From Mike's Hot Dogs to Refugee Snacks to that Jamaican jerk chicken place, you can't go wrong.
And not only that, you get to shop from local vendors, support small businesses, and get your steps in. You're walking up and down the boulevard, listening to music. It's just a good time.
Absolutely. You can even catch some Pokemon there too. So glad you can join us today. When we come back from the commercial break, today's episode will be concluding with an in-studio interview with Desert Christian basketball coach Carlos Johnson, along with a recap of the girls' varsity softball match between Eastside Lions and the Littlerock Lobos.
Congratulations on joining L28's Watch Till the End Club. Up next, an in-studio interview with Desert Christian's basketball coach Carlos Johnson, who shares his insights into the world of basketball, followed by a recap of the showdown between the Eastside Lions and the Littlerock Lobos. In this exclusive in-studio interview, our L28 News correspondent Joe Leo sits down with Carlos Johnson, the esteemed head varsity coach of the Desert Christian boys basketball team. Known for his passion for the game and his dedication to nurturing young talent, Coach Johnson shares his inspiring journey through the world of basketball, shedding light on the trials and triumphs that have shaped his career. Coach Johnson also offers his insightful perspectives on the local sports scene here in the Antelope Valley, highlighting the unique opportunities and obstacles faced by the young athletes here in the region. This interview is not just for sports enthusiasts, but for anyone looking for a dose of inspiration from one of the most influential figures in local athletics. Let's now pass the ball to L28's own three-point ranger, Joe Leo, as he sets the screen to interview Carlos Johnson in our L28 studio. Take it away, Joe.
Our next guest is the head varsity coach of the Desert Christian's varsity boys basketball team and a positive role model for our youth here in the community. He recently joined the Basketball League, a pre-qualifying showcase league similar to the NBA's G League that helps promote and connect players and their agents with international teams. Let's welcome to our L28 studio, Carlos Johnson. Hey, Carlos, great to see you.
Good to see you too, man.
Carlos, can you give me some of the background and information of how the start and where your journey began with the love of basketball?
Yeah, so my journey began in Panama. I used to play soccer, believe it or not. That was my first sport. And at the age of around 12 years old, some of my friends were playing. They were playing basketball, and I just started playing with them. And since that, I haven't been able to put the ball away. I've been just playing basketball for the past, I don't even know, maybe 15, 17 years. And yeah, that's where everything started, back in Panama, back home.
Absolutely. Who were like some of your inspirations growing up that sparked that flame for you?
Yeah. I remember some of the guys that sparked that love for the game was it was when Allen Iverson and Kobe Bryant was going at each other. I didn't know who was who, but it was just something about their game, the crossover, and Kobe just hitting jumpers that just caught my attention, and since that day, I've been playing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely legends in the game to be inspired from.
Definitely.
And I was wondering, because you're a coach now,
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if you can give me a perspective on the struggles and developments of coaching,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much these young adults.
Right. Coaching is a whole different aspect of the game. I've been able to play. I've been able to be a player, play basketball. I've been able to referee the game. I've been able to do so many things in the game. And now coaching is a whole different animal. It's not easy. There's a lot of X's and O's. But I really enjoy it. I never thought that I was going to enjoy it this much. And it's something that I will continue to do, I think. Don't player development and coaching, a lot of fun.
Like, what's like the biggest joy from it that you get when you coach these boys and girls?
One of the biggest joys is just see the whole team coming together. Because dealing with different athletes, you're dealing with different personalities, and just see the moment where they all come together. It just is very, very satisfying. Of course, as a coach, you want to win and all of that stuff, but just the ability of bringing all those players together, different backgrounds, different, everything, and they just working together in one accord to accomplish one goal, which is to win. I think that's the biggest joy.
When it comes to dedication and training, I see you all the time at the gym. You're either training yourself or you're training other people booking the session.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of overhear some of your speeches and talks. And I was wondering, how important is it to intertwining and practicing your faith with basketball?
Yeah. Well, first of all, whoever knows me, they're going to tell you that I'm going to talk to them about the Lord. I really believe that that He's the foundation of everything. The Bible said that every good and perfect gift comes from above, from the Father of lights, and that means that every gift that we have, it comes from God. So I really want these young men, and whoever comes my way, I want them to know that there's somebody out there that loves them, that there's somebody out there that gave their life for them, and there's somebody out there that give them their gifts and the abilities that they have. And that goes with basketball, with school, with everything that we have in life.
Absolutely. And I was wondering, like, any big goals at the end of the day that you're trying to strive for? I know you joined the basketball league, the TBL. I was wondering if you could speak a little bit more to that, and what's the biggest end goal for that situation?
So the main goal always has been to play in the NBA, and just use that opportunity and just to reach others, to reach the community, and also to inspire kids, and let them know that that if God did it on my life, if the Lord have done it on my life, He can do it in their lives too. So yeah, that'll be the goal, to play in the NBA or continue to play overseas if God allowed me to.
Well, thank you, Carlos, for joining us today and shedding light on turning your passion into a profession.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, Joe and Carlos, for that inspiring segment.
In a thrilling showdown on the softball diamond, the Eastside High School girls varsity softball team clashed with the Littlerock Lobos in the Lions' Den, leaving spectators on the edge of their seats. From the moment the Eastside Lions stepped up to the plate, they exhibited a relentless determination to dominate the game. Despite the Lobos' valiant efforts, characterized by formidable pitching performance and steadfast outfield defense, neither team managed to add to the scoreboard in the third inning. However, the Lions refused to relent, intensifying their offensive onslaught in the later innings. With a display of unwavering skill and teamwork, they surged ahead, tallying a total of 7 runs between the 4th and 5th innings. As the final inning concluded, the Lions secured an 11-0 victory. Let's head to the Lions' Den, where L28 correspondent Tiffany Johnson speaks with head coach Price to learn more about the star player Lavender and how he plans to keep their momentum steady for the season ahead. Let's take a look.
Coach, your pitcher, she was on fire today. Lavender was killing it. What drills are you running with her before she heads out for this league?
You know, actually, I can't even take credit. It's her pitching coach. She came in. She's only a freshman, so kudos to her pitching coach. But yeah, I love her energy. She comes out and she stays focused, and as you can see with her bat too. So I'm proud of that kid.
Seems like your bats are alive this season. So what is your goal to keep this momentum up for the rest of the league?
Oh, it's gonna be tough. I mean, we practice every day, and we tell the girls, you know, we have to hit the ball. Last year we struggled with the bats. This year we got some key freshmen coming in, and like I say, in practice they're learning, they're listening. So if we can continue this momentum, we'll be all right.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I'm excited to see what you do. Preseason was awesome. So let's make season continue to happen.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Johnson also spoke with freshman Haley Lavender, who earned the title Player of the Game for her outstanding performance. Lavender shared her strategy for coming into the sport, along with what it means to have such a strong support system. Here's L28 Sports with more.
Haley, congratulations on such a great league opener. What is your strategy coming into softball?
My strategy is usually to trust my team and trust what my teammates can do. A lot of my stuff is I like to make sure to practice and study like what the other team's like before the game and that.
Well, I see in the dugout that your team loves you. They support you. One's recording you right now. So how does it feel to come in as a freshman with such a supportive team?
It's honestly great. I came into high school and I was honestly really scared. I was expecting like everybody to be like, oh, a freshman, like, yeah. But then I'm glad that everyone was super supportive and it's honestly helped me a lot.
Haley, congratulations on such a great opener of your league. I'm looking forward to what you have to do.
Thank you.
The triumph against the Littlerock Lobos marks the Lions' 6th consecutive win, further solidifying their presence in the league with an impressive season record of 8-2. With their spirits soaring and momentum on their side, the Eastside High School varsity softball team continues to showcase their prowess and determination on the diamond.
You know, Joe, both of those stories are truly inspiring, specifically the Carlos Johnson interview that you guys had. I think I took away a lot of things from the interview, but one of the most impactful was he wasn't just talking about sports, he was talking about your craft, right? That could be anything. So I think his logic and the way he, embraces trials and tribulations in his life really can apply to anything you set your mind to.
I'm glad you said that because sports is definitely the parallel and a great analogy for life. And what Carlos has learned with intertwining his faith into his craft, which is basketball, you know, you can take that with you to the end of your days. And so, shout outs to Carlos Johnson. Carlos, we wish you luck on your future endeavors. And hey, the G League may be calling.
Also, shout out to Eastside High School's girls varsity softball team for another impressive win. And we hope to keep seeing the W's come in all season long.
Well, thank you for tuning into the City of Lancaster's news. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Jacobo, and this has been L28 News.